Hello, good afternoon. This is the group number 5. We are going to perform the guideline number 3 about the IELTS interview. This group is composed by Jessica Malambo and Francisco Garrido from the course IDIOMA 3. So in this first scenario, we're going to perform the interview number 1. Then I'm going to be the interviewer and Jessica is going to be the candidate, okay?
Okay.
Good afternoon, Jessica. How are you? My name is Francisco Garrido. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good afternoon. Sure, my name is Jessica Nathalia Malambo Guerrero.
Great, thank you so much. And what should I call you, Jessica?
You can call me Jessica.
Okay, great, thank you so much. Jessica, can I check your identification, please?
Yeah, of course. Who is this?
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's fine, thank you. Okay, now into the first part of the exam, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about home, okay? Do you live in a house or a flat?
I live in a house.
Okay. Who do you live with?
I live with my parents and my brother.
Okay, great. Do you plan to live there in the future?
Not. Uh, in the future, I would like to live in apartment of my own.
Okay. What would you change about your home?
Mm, Please, can you be more specific?
I mean, what can you change? What would you like to change in your home?
Okay. I would like to remodel the kitchen because it is currently small.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Um, do most people do most people live in houses in your country?
Um, yeah, I consider that most people live in houses. They still prefer it because it has more space.
Okay. Okay, great. Now let's talk about birthdays. Do you usually celebrate your birthday?
Yes, with my parents and my friends, but something very simple.
Okay. Can you remember a birthday where you enjoyed as a child?
I don't remember very well, but when I was 5 years old, they got me a very nice dress, and I almost always put it on to go out.
Okay, thank you. And also, which birthdays are considered important in your country?
Well, in my country, on July 20, which is Colombia's Independence Day, on August 7, which is celebrated on the day of the Virul of Boyacá, also on August 6, which is the birthday of Bogota, and among others.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. Okay, now let's move on to the second part of the exam. I'm going to give you a topic and I would like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you start, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say and you can make some notes if you want. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, here's a pencil and paper for writing notes and here's your topic, okay?
Okay.
Just let me
Thank you.
take 1 moment, please. I'm going to share my screen with you, and so you can see what's going to be the exercise, okay?
Eh,
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. I'm going to tell you when I'm going to start. So you will have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say for what it is described in this picture, okay? So you can just read that it's described a place you have recently visited, and you should say all those four things that are mentioned there. And I'm going to give you 1 minute starting now.
Okay.
5 seconds left. Okay, time's
Um,
up.
mm, okay. Bueno. Good. Recently, I
Yes.
travel.
Give me 1 moment, please. And we're
Okay.
going to proceed
Uh,
real quick, okay? Just give me 1 moment. Okay, so now that you have taken 1 minute for to do your exercise, and if you have written down notes, so in this case, remember you have 1 to 2 minutes for this. So you don't worry if I stop you. I will tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please? So remember, you're able to talk for 2 minutes, and you're going to talk about what you saw in the picture. Okay? So I'm going to stop you when the clock is set for 2 minutes, and the time starts now.
okay. Recently, I traveled to a town in Cundinamarca called Pacatativa. Initially, I went with my brother to stay the whole weekend. We arrived by fleet. The the bus was caught at Portal 80, and from there we went to the bus stop. Mm, I enjoyed I enjoyed it a lot because I had not seen my sister in a long time. On the weekend, we watched series on Netflix. We cooked a lot of things, and we went out the center of town. Okay,
Okay, thank you so much, Jessica. Okay, just give me a
good.
moment. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, would you like to go back again to the same place?
Yes, of course. The place is very quiet, and I like spending time with my sister. I haven't done it for a long time.
Okay, now we have been talking about a place that you have recently visited. And I would like to ask you some more general questions related to the topic, okay? First of all, let's talk about traveling. Why do some people prefer to travel abroad rather than their own country?
Um, okay. Well, in my opinion, it is because they have wonderful tourist place. The security might be better. That is, you have more freedom when walking, and I think that social networks are influence choosing. a place to visit it. Travel agents, they do a lot of publicity.
Okay, thank you. Also, do you think is it good for children to experience life in a foreign country?
Yes, I totally agree. For children, it is an opportunity to interact with other cultures and learn the language much easier.
Okay. How have holidays changed over the past few decades?
I consider that in the last decades, vacations we used it to rest in the same place, or they went to nearby place because they did not have the possibility of traveling sign. They did not have much budget. But now there are many payment facilities to plan a try to feature and many choose this option.
Okay. Also, do you think it is safer to travel now than in the past?
Yeah, I believe that airports now have more security protocols. However, it is better to be alert and not trust anyone.
Okay, Jessica, thank you so much. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you. Now we are going to do interview number 2. I am going to be the examiner and Francisco is going to be the candidate. Good afternoon. My name is Jessica Malambo. Could you tell me your full name, please?
Hello, Jessica. Good afternoon. My name is Francisco José Garrido Recaman.
Okay, and what shall I call you?
You can call me Francisco.
Okay, Francisco. Can I check your identification?
Yes, of course.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Okay, now in this first part of the exam, I am going to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about hometown. What is your hometown?
My hometown actually is Bogota, Colombia.
Okay, what is the oldest place in your hometown?
Well, I think the oldest place in the town is like in the historical part of Bogota, in the central part of the city, where there are a lot of museums and old buildings.
Okay, what is there for a foreigner to do or see in your hometown?
Well, for a foreign people visiting Bogota, I think that most of the things that they are going to do is to visit the old part of the city, to see, for example, Chorro de Quevedo or Museo del Oro, or maybe to see like Palacio de Justicia and all those stuffs that you can find in the Central Park, Bogota. Also, for the child, they may have a chance to go to Salitre Mágico.
Okay, how could your hometown be improved?
Well, I think that my hometown can be improved by um, improving the transportation system, maybe the public transportation system, and to fix the streets in the city.
Good. Do you think your hometown is a good place to bring up children?
Well, yes, I think it's a place full of opportunities, and also you have the choice to like I'm sorry, you have the chance to pick in different choices for schools and also for then the university. So I think it's a nice place for the children to grow up because they get to choose between a lot of options available.
Now, let's talk about going out. Do you often go out in the evening?
Yes, actually, I like a lot to go out and hang out with my friends. At the moment, because of the pandemic, I haven't done that since I think 1 year ago or more. But I used to hang out with my friends to get some nice dinner or to go dance or have a nice cocktail in a good restaurant. So yeah, I like to go out.
Okay. What do you like to do when you go out?
Okay, yes, I like to go on fine dining in restaurants because lately I've been interested in cooking, so I enjoy going to fine dining in some restaurants. And also, I like to party, so I like to go and hang out with my friends and have some drinks and cocktails.
Good. Do you prefer going out on your own or with friends?
I prefer to hang out with friends. I think it's more fun.
Okay. Where do most young people like to go out in your country?
Well, in my country, I think that in the summertime, a lot of young people would like to travel to Cartagena, to the beaches, or to San Andres. But for example, when you are not in summertime or December and it's just a regular week, here in Bogota, for example, I would think that the young people would enjoy the most going to the Calle 85, where there are a lot of bars and restaurants.
Okay, Francisco. Now, let's move on the second part of the exam. I am going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 or 2 minutes before you start. You will have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. You can make some notes if you want. Do you understand?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Um, Here is a pencil and paper for writing notes, and here is the topic.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I would like to talk about a book you have recently read.
Okay, so I have 1 minute for that, right?
Yes, you can start.
Okay,
Okay, thumbs up.
okay,
All right, and then remember you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I will I will tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay, thank you. So yes, the last book that I read it, actually I finished that book like around 1 month ago. It is called The Four Agreements. This book was written by Miguel Ruiz. He is a Mexican and he belongs to an Indian culture. And this book is about to find happiness in your life. So those four agreements give you like some advices of the way you act in some special situations or in your ordinary life to be happier and to try to eliminate the negative things in your life. So those four agreements are is the try to be clean in your words, like no swearing, and try to avoid the gossip. um, the other one is to don't take anything personal. So don't let, for example, the other's opinion affect you. The third one would be don't make suppositions. So try to stop your imagination and creating movies in your mind about a specific topic or scenario that it's going to create a mental storm in your mind. And the last one is always to give the best you have. So that way you can make always the best effort possible and put all of your strength and energy into something that you really enjoy. I really like that book and I would definitely recommend this to everyone. I don't think there is like a filter to recommend this or not. I would think that this book is for everyone because it's really helpful for everyone in the earth.
Okay, Francisco, thank you. How many books do you have read per year?
Well, actually, I don't read that much, but um, the last year I read two books. One of them was for, well, both of them were for aviation because, as you can see, I'm a pilot, so I like aviation a lot. Um, so the first one was the story of a World War II pilot, and the other one was more like for technical stuffs about the current technologies in the aviation industry.
Good. Now, we have been talking about a book you have recently read, and I would like to ask you some more general questions related to the topic. First of all, let's talk about reading. Why do you think people don't like reading?
Well, I think that it's a misunderstood concept because if you see on the TV, for example, when a kid is watching the cartoons on television, usually the cartoons teach the kids to that the reading is boring, and it's the complete opposite because when you find a book you really like and enjoy to read, you're going to enjoy it so much, even more than a movie, because it's like you have all that pictures in your mind about what's going on in the book. Sorry, but I don't think that reading is boring. It's because of the culture that we have here. For example, in the moment in Colombia, we are like one of the first countries in the world that has the lowest score on reading. So I think it's more of a cultural stuff.
Good. What are the advantages of reading?
Okay, I think the advantages of reading is that you have a more quick mind to think about all the situations, you react quickly. You also have another perspective from life because you already like have a knowledge to base your decisions in. And I think that another really good advantage of reading is that of course you become smarter and also you can perform better at your job or at any activity that you will need to do, for example, in the university or at school or anything that you like.
Do you think people read less nowadays. Why?
I'm sorry, the connection was interrupted. Can you repeat that for me, please?
Sorry. Yes. Do you think people read less nowadays? Why?
Yeah, I think people, even if some persons don't like to read, they're going to read anyways because of the technology. For example, when you're using your cell phone and you want to text your friends or your family on WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram, either way, you're going to read at least a couple words. But I think that how the world is changing today with the technology and everything. All the communications are like in the virtual scenario, so like almost on any case possible, a person have a chance to read at least a couple words.
Okay. And what can parents to do? Encourage children to read?
Okay, I think that parents can improve in the strategies to motivate the children to read by, I don't know, buying a book for them with their favorite cartoon, for example, or let's say a child wants to become a police officer. Maybe those parents can find a book for kids that talks about the police or a fireman, a firefighter, or an astronaut. So I think that's a really nice strategy to encourage children to read.
Okay, Francisco, thank you. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you so much.